Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. My name is Balaji. I used to be a product manager at companies such as Microsoft, Shopify, Twitter, now called X, and Pinterest, and I've held offers from companies such as Meta or Facebook, Reddit, Adobe, and a bunch of others. Today, we are going to look at what a product sense answer should look like. If you want to get the maximum benefit out of this exercise, I would highly recommend practicing along this exercise rather than just watching the video. At different parts of the video, I will request you to pause, do the section on your own, and then come back to see how I go about it, and then we can compare notes at the end. So the prompt that we are going to use today is design a travel product for Meta. So the first thing I want to do is I want to define what this prompt really means. So here, I think the words that really need to be unpacked are travel product and the word Meta. So I'm going to say, what do we really mean by travel here? What I've seen most candidates do is that there's a tendency to quickly jump to conclusions, and I really want to dive deep into what we really mean by travel. Do we mean vacations? Do we mean commuting to work? Taking public transit? What else could we travel? Well, it's Meta, right? So I don't know, travel in virtual reality. It's Meta, it's possible. What else could be travel? Just for the sake of completeness and to express the point of really unpacking what the term is, I'm going to say space travel. Now, obviously, I don't think we should be building for space travel. There's probably like 10 people in space, but it is very, very important for us to call out what we really believe travel means, because travel could indeed mean any of these things. So the next term that I quickly want to unpack is the term Meta. I don't think it needs too much unpacking, but I just want to make sure that I call out that all potential family of apps are open to me. I'm not going to make any decisions right now on whether I'm going to build something in WhatsApp or Messenger or Instagram or Facebook or virtual reality or Ray-Ban glasses or Oakley glasses. They're all in play for me right now. I have not ruled any of them out. The most common tendency I've seen in the prompt like this, which I have seen before candidates do, is that as soon as someone says travel, they immediately think, oh, vacations, Europe, Greece, Italy, all of that stuff. And then immediately people go into saying, oh, Instagram is the place for all of this. And I think that it is way too soon to be making those decisions. So we'll make all of these decisions when the right time comes, and we'll make those decisions in a thoughtful way. So I want to quickly get some more clarifications here. So I probably want to ask the interviewer, hey, are there any specific goals for me to keep in mind that Meta is specifically pursuing? Or is this like a greenfield opportunity for me where I can take it in whichever direction I would like? I would always position my question this way, never open-ended, but with my own perspective. And I would say that your response is probably going to be open-ended. I think that's fair enough. And then I'm going to state my assumptions to start. So I'm going to keep it very simple. I'm going to say US market to start, but travel can be international. Then what else? I don't want to talk about the resources and stuff unless it's a big constraint. So I probably would just ask, are there any resource constraints? And I'm just going to assume that there aren't. So time and resources are available as needed. Build the best stuff thoughtfully. It's Meta, it's not a resource constrained company. So we just want to do the right thing. Okay, so I'm just gonna quickly talk about what I mean by my version of travel. So these are all the options that exist for travel. I think it could be interesting to build something for multiple spaces here. Let's just say that I'm definitely not building for space travel right now because the number of people in space is really low. Maybe 50 years from now, it might become more of a thing. So let's just go with the traditional meaning of vacations. I might create another video one day where I don't take it in the vacations direction and I say, hey, what if this is something about commuting to work? That is also travel. Or taking public transit, that is also travel. So I'm going to go with the traditional vacations route for now. And if it seems like there might be something else that might be interesting, we can definitely evaluate that as we go through the prompt. So okay, cool. So the next thing I want to do is I want to call out my approach. What is the approach I'm thinking of taking for my prompt today? So the way I would like to go about this is I want to first talk about the intent and motivations of Meta. Like, why does this question really matter? Why are we interested in this travel space? Then quickly, I want to scan the landscape. Like, what else exists within the travel space that we should be considering? If there's any specific companies that we need to pay attention to, then let's definitely do that. And then it's going to be pretty standard from there on out. I'm going to chart the ecosystem. I'm not going to restrict myself to a very rigid framework. I'm creating this framework dynamically right now in response to what the question is and what I think we need to cover, although a lot of it will seem like an overlap with the traditionally used frameworks, but that's not what I'm trying to do here. I'll quickly outline the pain points and then create some solutions, and then I'll evaluate all solutions and trade-offs, and then I'll finally summarize my recommendation. Cool. So let's start with the overall intent and motivations. So to start with, like, Meta's mission is something that I want to cover. How travel fits in is something I want to cover. Potentially what Meta can do with this. Let's cover these three. So Meta's mission is Meta's mission is to build a future of human connectivity, and I think the technology that powers it. So future of human connectivity, pardon the spelling, plus tech that powers it. How travel fits in? Well, almost everyone likes travel. People have shared experiences, create memories, create communities around travel. Friendships get created. People could travel solo, in groups, in families, a lot of other versions of travel. What can Meta really do with this? So I think that there's a great opportunity for Meta to build community through travel. That's fairly straightforward. I think the goal largely for Meta when they think about the travel space will likely be more on the engagement front, to give another reason to people to use Meta, that, hey, we're helping you build community through travel. I don't think there's going to be a large monetization angle. However, I would call out that there can be monetization opportunities for Meta, because already Meta does make money from the travel space, where a lot of the companies, like Expedia, Travelocity, and all do have relationships with Meta for their advertising. So I think the goal is create community through travel, not a specific monetization goal as of now. We'll decide later. Unlikely to be dollars directly. So given how Meta operates. Now, I do want to talk about this a little bit though. I do see many candidates oftentimes being very, very specific about the goal. And I don't recommend that. You see that this goal is very generic, very, very high level. The reason is we don't even know what we're building yet. We don't know who the users are for whom we're going to solve this. We don't know what problems we're going to be solving. So we definitely are not in any place to create a very, very specific goal. This is in some ways just a combination of the prompt and the meta mission. It doesn't tell us exactly what we're going to do, but it gives us some direction of where we want to go. Cool. Then the next thing I want to do is, overall, it seems like fairly aligned. I think travel definitely fits in. A lot of travel lives on Meta's properties, Instagram and stuff. So I think there's definitely alignment with Meta's mission. So we can definitely go ahead. Cool. Next, I want to look at like what the overall landscape of travel looks like. So I think you have a lot of businesses in travel. I want to definitely talk about them. I want to talk about trends in travel. I want to talk about Meta's trends when it comes to travel and Meta's growth areas for the same. I feel like I'm writing too much. Okay, so businesses in travel. You have your transport companies. So like United, American Airlines, train companies, Norwegian cruise, like we'll be pretty exhaustive that everything that exists. You can have Ubers and Lyfts. You can have accommodation, you can have experiences, you can have booking related aggregators. Who else could play a role in travel? Blogs and info providers. So this could be your like personal blogs. Maybe people write about this on Medium. TripAdvisor for sure. How can we forget that? And then like other travel content on like Instagram plays a role. YouTube plays a role. Don't want to get too exhaustive here. So when I say accommodation, I mean actual accommodation providers. So you have Marriott, Hilton, Airbnb, since it directly provides accommodation. You also have like Vrbo, I think. And then experiences, I think Airbnb, booking related aggregators. You have Google Flights, Expedia. What else is happening in travel right now? Oh, I think there's something interesting that is a pretty interesting trend in travel. I think AI agents, very, very interesting. So ChatGPT agents are now capable of going through sites. So like right now, I've recently seen that ChatGPT's agent mode can go through all of these websites and it can actually make these bookings for you, which really does make me question the position of companies like Expedia. Do they still need all of the links? Like the same way Google search is going to evolve to maybe answers, does Expedia's search also evolve to not just links, but like, here's your itinerary, click once and we'll book it? And if a company like Expedia is still even needed. Because if an AI agent can do all of this, then why can't the AI agent, talk to United Airlines directly or Amtrak directly, who are actually providers of travel, and then bye-bye Expedia, I don't know how it's going to play out. I'm just a simple human being. There's big businesses, but I think that with AI agents, given how Google search is evolving, Expedia 10 links or however many links they have on the search results page, I think that that is also going to evolve. Maybe Expedia builds their own agents. Maybe ChatGPT does it. It is something for us to keep in mind. I don't think Facebook should be the one building an agent like that, but there could be reasons for Facebook to do it. But if we're doing it, we have to be very, very careful about why we're doing it, not just for the heck of it. Okay, so let's quickly talk about what other trends. I think COVID issues are not an issue anymore. I think travel is normal. What else can it be? Yeah, I think that's fairly straightforward. Let's quickly talk about Meta's strengths. Well, what are Meta's strengths? Meta's strengths would probably be social and business graph, um, interest profile. So they really know what you like, what I like, based on what we watch, based on what we like. A lot of user-generated content. So people are posting, usually like travel-related creators or anybody who's vacationing, they're posting a lot of travel-related content. Those are some strengths. Meta, from the social graph, knows who's connected to who. From a business graph, it knows what kind of businesses exist in local areas because they usually have a Facebook page or an Instagram page to improve their awareness. So when I say business graph, I'm talking about things like, I don't know, Bob's Lake Tahoe kayak rental. Like if something like that exists, they probably have a page on Instagram or something to increase their awareness. This is something that probably also exists on Google Maps, just for us to keep in the back of our mind that Google could also contribute in this way. But because of the social angle, I think Meta has different ways in which it can contribute. What else are Meta's strengths when it comes to travel? Strong AI team. That's pretty recent. That's pretty new. We're shooting this in August 2025, so that seems pretty timely. And I think it also has strong relationships with travel companies. So what I mean by that is like every travel company, whether it's a tier 1 travel company like United Airlines, or if it's like a booking aggregator like Expedia, or even if it's Airbnb, they're all having relationships with Meta because everybody advertises on Meta. We're not saying that we want to mess with the ad dollars yet, but it is just something to keep in mind that if Meta wanted to partner with someone in some way, definitely a possibility that a lot of startups will find much, much harder to do. I don't know, in terms of growth areas, Meta is a pretty phenomenal company. Again, I have to be careful with the screen. Okay, that's better. Okay, so go. Sorry, guys. Trying my best here. Okay. So Meta's growth areas, I would say like there is no direct travel product. I'm not aware of one. Last time I checked the Facebook Blue app, there's a lot of stuff in there. But if you go into that corner menu where all the non-top 6 apps exist, there's a lot of stuff in there. If something new has come up, I apologize. But last I checked, there's nothing majorly travel-centric over there. Okay, so I think that is our starting point of understanding what the world of travel currently looks like. And we really want to keep this in mind so that what we end up building is something that uniquely adds value as Meta. We don't want to build a Me Too product, right? Like I don't want to build something like another version of Expedia, or I don't want to just do exactly what ChatGPT is doing with an AI agent, but there could be potential for doing it in a group setting. I don't want to go into solutioning, but just when I think about these, a natural thought that comes to mind is maybe when people are chatting on WhatsApp and trying to plan a trip or something, Llama could come in and book everything for them because it is part of the conversation. It's like a note taker. It knows everybody's preferences. So there's something in that angle, but I'm not thinking of this as a solution. I'm just saying that I don't want to build Expedia again because it exists. I don't want to build ChatGPT the same way. I mean, even though Meta is trying to do that, but it's more nuanced than that, that if we're specifically solving something for travel, then let's make sure that there's a real reason to be doing so. So we're not making any decision on what we're doing or what we're not doing. We're just looking at the world as it is and keeping our options open so that we can build the most thoughtful product. So that ends part 1, where we looked at the prompt, we looked at the clarifications, talked about the mission and the motivations, and covered the starting point of this prompt. I'll see you guys in part 2, where we'll continue from here on out to look at the potential user segmentation and the pain points.